Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Can Ryan Garcia, matter of fact, let me get that correct. Ryan No Mas Garcia, can he return to the sport of boxing and do great things? Or is he going to find himself walking into a wall? And when I mean a wall, I mean a bunch of opponents who knows he has quit in him, his chin is questionable, and when the going gets tough, he finds an exit. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I do not believe in breaking down champions. I believe we need to build them, especially when I look and see someone who's 20 years junior to me. Okay? Man could be my son, to be honest with you, if I was out there pitching woo in high school. But bottom line, Ryan Garcia coming back to the sport of boxing, I just think he has an uphill battle. And the reason for that is because he quit. Now, when you think about Ryan Garcia and talking about moving to 140, right? Let's not even talk about the opponents at 140 that he could potentially be facing. Ryan Garcia is a big name. He's not going to go to 140 and find some guy who's, 10 wins, 36 losses, 36 and 27 of those losses by KO. That's not where Ryan Garcia goes from Tank Davis. From this huge pay-per-view event, which I still have, questions about those final figures. But you just don't go from Tank Davis fighting on pay-per-view, coming in with the 5th largest live gate in history of Nevada and doing, some really handsome numbers on pay-per-view. You just don't do that. So, like I was going back and forth with one of the teammates this morning, and I understand what he was trying to say. But the bottom line in our debate, I won, okay? But with Ryan Garcia going to 140, this whole thing about who's the bigger draw, Ryan or Tank. I already said that in the video. Look, Tank Davis did okay numbers for where we're at today, what he was doing before Ryan. He do a little bit over 200,000. That's not bad. This isn't the Mayweather era. Those days of 2 million pay-per-view, 4 million it's over. Hell, the days of really hitting that 500,000 marker over. But at the end of the day, when Tank fights Ryan, right? Look at what the pay-per-view numbers did. Now, Ryan Garcia, this is what we don't know. How would Ryan Garcia do against a big name at 135 outside of Tank Davis? Would those numbers have hit over 1 million or even, 500, 800,000? We don't know. Ryan Garcia has never headlined by himself. But for me to want to accept someone's argument that Tank Davis, his profile has grown so huge since Hector Garcia, where they did over 200,000, a little over 200,000, that now solely because of Tank Davis, they're going to hit over 1 million pay-per-view buys. You're talking about 1 million more buys than his last outing. To that, for those who believe Tank Davis is solely responsible for that, I've got to kindly request, and I mean this with the most respect, right? That you'll hold your horses and not take it to the stupid. Ryan Garcia had a whole lot to do with them numbers. But this is my thing. Going forward now, have Ryan Garcia stayed and fought, even if he got his ass banged up a little bit, right? I think everybody, Joe Goosen would have been ready to stop that fight. Look, listen, as much as I feel Ryan Garcia needs to leave Joe Goosen knows Ryan Garcia is not no damn Diego Chico Corrales. You think Joe Goosen gonna let the goddamn Fonz, goddamn Happy Days, you think he gonna let him get in there, man, and get bludgeoned around the ring by a goddamn vicious carnivore like Tank Davis? No. However, if he would have stayed in there and fought, and then Joe bailed him out, then Ryan Garcia has an out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I wanted to fight, but trainer threw in the towel. Nobody can say anything. Nobody will question his heart. But for Ryan Garcia to admittedly say, you know what, I was hurt. He caught me with a good shot, but I just felt like if I continued, I could probably get hurt. Yo, Ryan Garcia. Now I'm fair when it comes to boxing, but I'm just gonna tell you, man. Look, boxing not a tickling contest. You've been doing this since you've been a kid, but you're so used to things going your way that now you got in there and shit wasn't really going your way after that first round and a half. That you were like, okay, I don't want to do this. So now you want to come back to the sport of boxing, right? And Oscar De La Hoya and those guys, even they know now he doesn't have Oscar De La Hoya's heart. He doesn't have Canelo's heart. Hell, he don't even have Munguia's heart. He doesn't even have Virgil Ortiz's heart. He don't even have Blair the Flair Cobb's heart. Oscar De La Hoya is like, who am I going to put him against with? Put him in there with. Well, I'll tell you what, they better be very careful. So as far as Ryan Garcia coming back at 140, that he doesn't have many options. I'm telling y'all right now, he doesn't have many options. And that is crazy. I don't know what he's going to do. And to be honest with you, as far as him and his next event, should it be on pay-per-view? I think if it goes to pay-per-view, had he fought and went out on his shield, I think Ryan Garcia going to pay-per-view, he would have done well. I do. But the fact that he said no mas, he went from a Mexican-American to a Panamanian and went straight Roberto Duran, who was out there eating, all them goddamn habichuela con arroz in between that first Leonard fight and that rematch, and went out there, man, and realized, you know what? I'm not in the best of shape. This man's going to keep hitting me. F it. I'm just going to go ahead and quit. And Ryan Garcia pulled the same thing. I just think he may struggle with getting support. And for those of you saying he won't struggle, I'm going to tell you he's going to struggle right now. That whole fight drew casual fans. That fight drew fans from the MMA world, other combat sports. It wasn't solely boxing fans supporting this event. It was from Hollywood to Hollywood and in between. And everyone from Hollywood to Hollywood and in between saw Ryan Garcia quit. Now, there are still, I'd say probably 50% of the people who watched that fight. They just see it as, well, he took a good shot, a liver shot, it paralyzes you. Ryan Garcia went down like real estate depreciation, you know what I'm saying, as a result of that shot. Let me tell you something. There's another 50% out there who heard that interview where his dad said, Ryan told him he just didn't want to continue because he didn't want to get hurt. And that other 50% probably had a whole lot to do with those pay-per-view numbers as well. And if that 50% doesn't want to support you now because you quit, let me tell you, it's going to be tough for Ryan Garcia to bounce back. Ryan Garcia was Golden Boy show pony. It was the Ryan Garcia show and the Canelo show. Canelo bounced. Ryan Garcia's over there now. De La Hoya's trying to figure it out. Him and Hopkins left that man wandering aimlessly at the end of his fight. That was horrible. No support system. Horrible. So I'm not here to just get on Ryan Garcia. Part of me feels a little bad about that guy, man, or for that guy. But at the end of the day, he's an adult. He's a pro boxer. He's been doing it a long time. And look, shit got thick in there. And he quit. But going forward, I'm not sure what the future holds for him. But I'm going to tell you right now, to me, it's looking a little bleak. Because for him to go, he's in a position like Adrian Broner. You need that sweet spot weight. Broner can't make 140. He can't fight at 147 because he just don't have the power to keep those hyenas off of him. So the sweet spot is a 145. Adrian Broner has his own category. Shit, Ryan Garcia may need to come up with the 138-pound category. You know what I'm saying? Because 140 just may not be it. But as far as the list of possible opponents for him, look. Hey, Jermaine Ortiz said he's willing to go to 140. We talked about Pedraza. There's a myriad of other opponents out there that Ryan Garcia could face. But I'm going to tell you right now, don't be surprised when he returns if he goes in there with the name of someone who y'all have no idea who it is. So he can come back, man, and make himself look good and get the fans back on his side. And it could show some of the different things that he has to work on. But I think he has a lot of potential still. I just think he doesn't go far unless he gets over this thing with accepting quitting. In addition to that, he's got to work on his right hand. He's naturally left-handed. You know what happens? You saw what happened when they take the left hand away from you. and you go left hand crazy. That's all the fighter, his opponent has to worry about is where the left hand's coming from. What are you gonna do with the left hand? There's got to be more than the left hand. But that being said, man, look, Ryan Garcia, you got to tighten up on that body too, because you let a fight get decided by a body shot that it didn't look like it landed cleanly. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you get hit to the body. For those of you, unlike a lot of people, right? There are a lot of us who have gotten. I've gotten in the ring before. I've fought. You know what I'm saying? I've got hit with body shots. I've never had one graze me and do that, but Tank Davis hits hard. But I've been hit with a body shot. That shit is horrible. Horrible. Bad medicine. You know what I'm saying? Bad things happen when you get hit with a body shot. So for Ryan Garcia going forward, he's going to have to figure out a way to improve his ability to take shots. And a good person for him to talk to is Keith Thurman. Y'all think I'm making jokes. Keith Thurman is known for getting banged to the body and contorting in the ring and shit. Doing a funky chicken in the ring when he get hit with a body shot. But Keith Thurman's mentality is that of a champion. He's not going down. When Collazo hit Keith Thurman with that body shot, he hit him with his left hand, okay? And he's left-handed. And he hit him with a straight left. He got full extension on that shot. He couldn't have hit Keith Thurman any harder. That's why Keith Thurman almost died in that ring. And you could see Keith Thurman running and folded and bending. This man couldn't breathe. He was hurt. How Keith Thurman managed to run around that ring and you know, do what he did, I have no idea. Take the mouthpiece out, all that. I have no idea how Keith Thurman did it. But that's a good person for Ryan Garcia to talk to. You know, because that mentality, you can't teach that. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach that. And I kind of know what he was going through. You know, I ain't gonna get too much into it, but I was in a sparring session one time, and I think I talked about it before. I got tired, man. And I had to keep this hyena off me. He was in fighting shape, I wasn't. It was supposed to be a friendly sparring session. But anyway, they take me over there to spar with this cat. And, you know, that shit turned into life or death. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, you got to excuse my language. I normally don't cuss. But I was like, what the fuck? You know? And, but I'm not in the middle of sparring, like in between rounds. I'm not going to go and say, hey, yo, this is like a real fight. You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to be friendly sparring. You know, like this guy is in fighting shape. I'm not, you know? But I didn't say that. You know, I just went in there and we fought hard. But about that third round, I was in bad shape, tired. And then going into, at the end of that third round, he threw a shot and I rode with it. But he caught me, but I rode with it. It looked more than what it was because it didn't really hurt me. But I knew going into that fourth round that I could get caught with some shots. I was tired, man. I was so tired, my whole body was shaking. My legs were shaking. You know what I'm saying? And my body just felt weird, you know? And I remember my mind was like, yo, that's enough. You know what I'm saying? Like my body just couldn't, but my body couldn't go anymore. It wasn't like, I was like, oh, no, he's going to catch me. It was like my body was shaking. That's how hard I was fighting the first 3 rounds. And I buzzed him and I hurt him and shit, but it wasn't enough because he was, you know, when I started slowing down on the third round, that's when he started to pick it up a little more. So he was pacing himself and being smart. His corner was screaming at him because they thought I was going to knock him out. Because in that first round, I had him, you know, I turned him into a mannequin and shit. But he snapped out of it. But at the end of that third round, he was coming on strong. So I'm going to tell you, I know what it is to be there. And there's so much shit going on in your mind. You got the damn corner talking to you, people standing around the ring. This is sparring, saying things. And sometimes, man, you see mouths moving and you don't hear nothing. You know, you don't hear nothing. You hear your thoughts. So that's probably what Ryan Garcia was going through in that ring. But that being said, we'll see what happens when he bounces back. But the whole no mas thing, not at this level, man. You know, you can't do that. Can't be going down like real estate depreciation, you know what I'm saying? Or like a plate of Alabama barbecue, man. You got to sit in there. You got to fight. You got to fight. With that being said, man, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans. Ryan No Mas Garcia. We'll see what he does coming back, man. But I just think he has an uphill battle now. That being said, y'all know what I'm in. The Breeze.